Welcome to episode 6 of Spark It Up Sports, your one-stop shop for all things football and all things marijuana.
I'm Big Steve.
And I'm Johnny.
Welcome to episode 6 of our podcast. We got another great episode for you. We're going to start it off with a Week 1 NFL preview, and we're back, baby. We've been waiting.
Fantasy draft managers, commissioners, get ready. Fantasy drafts take place this week. Get your teams built because we got a game on Thursday.
It's the most exciting time of the year. Like, let's fucking go. We fucking made it.
What are we covering this week, Steve?
So we're going to go through Bears preview, Raiders preview. Then we're going to
Nice.
hit each division, talk about what we like, what we don't like. Then we're going to pick winners from all the divisions.
Absolutely.
We're also going to pick conference champions and who we think is going to win the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Bear down.
College football week 1 review. Check out those scores from last weekend. College football week 2 preview. See who's playing, see who's not. And wrap it all up with a blunt break.
We got a fresh blunt for you today.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
another 2-grammer.
The standard red velvet
Standard.
runs.
We also ate a couple edibles. We got them right here. They are the Sours Liquid Diamond Gummies. We're going to split it, go 3 each, but unfortunately we ate 6 each, so we're going to see how that turns out. We ate them about 20 minutes ago, so
600 milligrams a piece, 6 gummies. I think we're in for.
we'll see if it's really
wild ride.
600 or. We're in for a real treat, and so are you guys. So stay tuned, and we're
Stay
about
tuned.
to hit it.
Bears week 1 preview.
Yeah, Bears Week 1 preview. They got a home game, which is awesome. Caleb Williams at home. They're playing the Tennessee Titans.
Nice. We're seeing Will Levis. The
Will
Mayo
Levi,
Man.
yeah, he's back. He had a couple starts last year. It'll be his second year. He has DeAndre Hopkins at receiver, so he's definitely someone you always have to worry about is DeAndre Hopkins. But it'll be cool to see Keenan Allen's debut with the Bears. We also have DeAndre Swift debuting. I'm excited to see DeAndre Swift. I feel like I haven't seen him that much this preseason. So.
Absolutely. I feel like he's set up for a big year, relieving some of that pressure off Caleb Williams.
For the Titans, they got Snead from Kansas City. I don't know if you remember him, but he was their lockdown corner last year, helped them win a Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So he'll be something to look out for. Including Snead, they have 3 starting new DBs, so 2 other guys, which with the Bears' new receiving core and Caleb Williams, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Jalen Johnson, our number 1 cornerback, maybe number 1 in the league, depending on who you're talking to. He's going to be going up against DeAndre Hopkins, so I think he'll be able to lock him down.
That's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah.
Two-handed Jalen Johnson, one-eyed DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, right. 2 for 1, baby. Let's go. The Titans also have Calvin Ridley.
From the Jaguars.
Yeah, from
That's
the
good.
Jags. He's a great player.
Absolutely.
Other than that little gambling incident he got into. He gets suspended for a year?
He'll be all right.
Hey, yeah, welcome back. We'll see what he does. And then the big thing for Tennessee this year is they got a new coach, and Derrick Henry's gone, which
Ooh.
when you think Tennessee, you think Derrick Henry.
Absolutely.
Right.
Derrick Henry, big running back, carried majority of their load.
Yeah.
And no Derrick Henry there, so it's a whole brand new team.
Right.
And Will Levis and DeAndre Hopkins carrying the load over there on their offensive
Yeah.
side. Freshman Caleb Williams versus sophomore Will Levis.
Yeah,
Definitely a
it'll
game to
definitely
see.
be interesting to see. Obviously, I feel like Caleb Williams has the upper hand, but he is a rookie. It's first actual regular season game, so it'll be interesting to see for sure. My prediction for the game is Bears 28, Titans 14.
I
think Caleb Williams is going to have 3 passing touchdowns, 0 turnovers. I mean, we'll see what happens, but he doesn't have any turnovers in the preseason, so it's definitely looking a little promising.
And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the prop bet. Caleb Williams over 0.5 interceptions.
That's
means
the prop
1
bet?
interception.
I'm
That's
taking
gonna be
the
my
under
prop bet.
all fucking day, baby. Under on that. Let's go.
So let's go ahead and put that in.
Oh, yeah, and I got my collared shirt on today because it's all business this week, baby. No more fucking preseason. Regular season, all business. Bear
Collars
down.
on, collars up.
Let's go.
The Raiders week 1 preview at the Chargers. We're going to get our first look at AP as the head coach facing off against Harbaugh.
Wow, what a matchup. Antonio Pierce versus Jim Harbaugh. Like, how lucky did we get?
Well-mannered football man versus a maniac.
Maniac.
Will Minshew be successful with all the weapons he has around him? I think we're set up for a really good game. Look for Devontae Adams to make a step into the season. recovering off of a mediocre season last year. I think he looks to make a big impact in this.
I mean, he is definitely one of the top receivers in the league. So if Minshew can get him the ball, I feel like he's going to have a good year, which I think he's ready for that. Like, get him the damn ball and let's fucking go, baby.
Absolutely. Especially after last year, all those frustrations he was voicing. I think it's important to get him the ball quick, get him the ball a lot, keep him happy.
Right. Get him involved in the offense, get it going.
Zamir White's going to be poised for a very big day as he becomes running back 1 for this offense. I think he's going to do really good against this Chargers D. Always been shaky against the run, so I think we can run all over him.
How do you feel about Jacobs being gone? You miss him? I mean, he was such a staple to your offense.
He was. We were talking about this earlier, talking about cold weather players and warm weather players, and I just don't think Josh Jacobs is going to be able to adjust to that cold weather over there in Green Bay.
I mean, come November, December, it's below freezing. You're getting smoked all game.
Absolutely, and a lot
of people don't realize. You're not in Vegas anymore.
Not in Vegas anymore. You're not in Alabama. It doesn't get cold out there. It's hard to hold on to that ball in those 0-degree weather.
Oh, yeah, they're punching at it. You can't feel your arms.
Absolutely. I expect him to put the ball on the ground a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Raiders on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to be looking to make a statement. Last year, they ended the season with a top 5 defense, returning Mad Max Crosby.
Oh, let's go. I'm excited to see him play.
Malcolm Kuntz, and, of course, bringing in Christian Wilkins this year. So I think that's going to be a defensive front that's going to be very hard to handle for that Charger offense, especially led by Herbert, who really has no offensive weapons with him.
No.
His number 1
He's going to play, though, right? He's been hurt for a while.
Play. He's healthy.
He's back.
What did they say? They said tender fasciitis.
Yeah, his foot problems going on.
Back. He's good to go. Chargers always have a pretty good defense. Khalil Mack at the head. Joey Bosa.
Khalil Mack, shout out Bears. I miss you, dude.
Derwin James in the backfield. So I think it's going to be a tough defense. But if it's any indication of last year, the way the season ended, Raiders won that game 63-21, so I'm looking for another home run game.
Damn, that 63-pointer?
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
So I'm looking for my prediction, Raiders 28, Chargers 17. I think
Raiders 28, Chargers 17, baby.
Absolutely.
Heard it here first. Let's go.
And that's my breakdown for this Week 1 Charger Raider preview.
Can't fucking wait. We're back, baby.
I'm pumped. Spark It Up Sports will be on location for that game. I will be up at SoFi, so make sure to get a couple clips, maybe a picture with Devon.
Oh, yeah, let's go, baby.
NFL division breakdown.
Here we're going to round out through all the NFL different divisions. There are 8 different divisions. NFC, AFC each have 4. It's East, West, North, and South. Each of them have 4. Let's start off with the AFC East.
All right, so we got the New York Jets, the mighty Jets, Jets. Aaron Rodgers returning to play QB for them, coming off that Achilles injury.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest story of the year is how long will Aaron Rodgers play this year and if he'll play the whole season. Because with him, they're a different team. Last year, they didn't have him.
Lots of offensive weapons for him. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. And their stud defense led by Sauce
Gardner, baby. What's his name? Still hasn't signed Riddick. He's still unsigned.
Hassan Riddick, absolutely.
That's definitely still a big story that he hasn't signed yet.
Miami, next team up. Good until it's cold. Another one of those warm weather teams.
That seems to be their MO. Like, they crush it at home or they crush it in warm weather. You get later in the season, cold weather games, they just can't perform. But, they were in Green Bay. That was cold as shit. I don't know how many teams are going to be able to perform in Green Bay like that.
They're returning Tyreek Hill, Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle, and new addition OBJ once he comes off the IR in 4 weeks. All right, you guys, timer's going off. It looks like it's time for our blunt break.
Blunt break. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Let's do it. All right,
so we're going to be smoking a standard hash hole today. Red Velvet Runts is the flavor.
Damn,
nice
Red Velvet. That sounds good.
All right, this thing is fat. It's a 2-gram blunt, glass tip, joint paper, so it should smoke pretty quick.
Glass tips, my favorite.
Oh, yeah. And topic of conversation today. Weird ways we've smoked.
Weird ways we've smoked marijuana.
Or eaten.
I think not everybody that smoked weed, but a lot of people, the first time they smoked weed was through an apple. I mean, you had to have smoked weed through an apple.
Gotta stick your pencil straight down the core of the apple. You make a little vertical canal going straight through it.
He's
That's your
making
bowl.
canals over here, dude.
It's real
It's
easy.
a fucking hole, dude.
All of a sudden, you just cap it, you're ready to go. No
you go,
bowl piece,
bop,
no nothing.
bop, and then you can fucking smoke it. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. And then before the apple, there's always been the standardized Coke can.
Oh yeah, what do you poke a hole in the top
Same
of that?
thing. Poke a hole in the
puncture
top.
it.
Put a hole. Load your little
You-
bowl piece. Light it. You're ready to go.
You don't want to make that hole too big, or you'll just smoke that weed. straight
Absolutely. It'll
into
go
the
straight
throat.
into the can. But
Oh shit.
what else? What else? Aside from smoking ways, we went through a phase where we were making our own edibles.
The magic butter machine.
Magic butter machine. You've definitely heard us talk about it before. It uses
Oh, yeah.
shake flour mixed with a little bit
You
of
throw it in
alcohol.
there, grinds it all up. It's like a slow cooker for weed butter.
Absolutely. What an invention. What a machine. Definitely something.
But yeah, my go-to with that was I'd take about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons, spread it on a little Ritz cracker, baby. I just down that thing.
charcuterie a la weed.
Yeah, a weed charcuterie. Let's go.
What an invention. But those things are getting us stoned for real because we're using an ounce of weed and probably
Yeah, at
4
least an
sticks of
ounce,
butter.
2 ounces, and 4 sticks of butter.
And it was pretty concentrated.
And the magic butter machine, I would like if you're into edibles and you like baking or making homemade goods. The magic butter machine is the way to go.
Absolutely.
It's super easy, super convenient,
Saves
and like
money.
you could put fucking butter on anything.
Absolutely.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
You can cook anything.
Cook with it. You can eat it on Ritz crackers. Like,
You can have a cook make chicken fingers with them.
whatever you want.
Tasted fantastic.
Yeah, delicious.
Got me real stoned.
Nate was there for that. Shout out Nate. I know you remember that one.
That was a good
Taking
one. You've
that.
never seen green chicken
Green
fingers.
chicken fingers.
Till you melt some butter on them. Hot knifing dabs. That's one of my original go-tos.
Hot knifing dabs. What is
Yeah.
that?
So back in the day, if you didn't have a rig, if you didn't have any butane, but you did have some dabs or you had a little bit of oil left over from a weed cartridge, what you would do is you heat up 2 knives, 2 butter knives. They're all metal, obviously, so put them on your little.
Oh, you
on
didn't
your
use a
burner.
plastic one, dude.
For science. But yeah, basically you heat them up, you drop your concentrate on them, you tap the 2 knives together, sandwiching the concentrate, and it gets hot enough to vaporize it. So then all you're doing is just sucking it in with a straw or a half-open cup bottle.
Just like crack.
I mean,
I actually have a pretty good story. How when I went to the Texas Bowl to see not the Texas Bowl, the
Bowl.
Cotton Bowl. It was the Cotton Bowl to see Western Michigan play. We flew into Texas, leaving California, so I brought my weed with me. But I knew flying back, I had to go through security in Texas, which it ain't cool to smoke weed in Texas.
They're
Nah.
strict.
So I knew I had to get rid of all the shit I had. So I had like a cartridge and the battery was dead. I didn't know what else to do. So what else you do? Like you said, like the crack people, I fucking freebase that shit. I grabbed a spoon. I heated the fucking spoon up. Fucking put the concentrate from the cartridge on there and like got my little fucking straw. Did that. So I do all this shit and my flight's in like an hour. I get to the fucking airport. I'm going through security, and of course they like take me off to the second-hand area. And they fucking start bomb swabbing my hand because I had a lighter lit in my hand for about 20 minutes, getting the spoon hot enough. But I was good. Everything was gone, good to go. Let me pass, flying off back to California, where it's okay to smoke weed, and
Hey,
you don't got to worry. You don't got to freebase the cartridges to make sure you don't get in trouble. So shout out California for doing the right thing, baby.
There we go.
Let's
Legalize it. Legalize it all the way. Vote for it.
California, baby, you did it.
You're the real MVP.
Yes, sir. If only they could get sports betting right, then it would be legit.
Let's go ahead and dip back into some football talk. That's what we're all here for. That's what we came for.
And we did.
And we-
Hey,
I mean, we're
that's some
still
pretty good
smoking.
stories. AFC East, we just finished with Miami. There's 2 more teams we got to go through. We got the Patriots and the
New
Bills.
England Patriots.
New England
Everybody
Patriots.
loves to hate.
Yeah, the Northeast, Boston. Like, come on. Everybody hates the Northeast and Boston,
Drake May not starting.
which is surprising because he had a really good preseason.
He did.
But I feel like I don't know if their team's ready to go over the hump or win the division. So I think they're doing right by Drake May, letting him get his feet wet a little bit, and then like the brisket, Jacoby Brissett, but the brisket's about to get fucking hurt week 1, 2, or 3.
Absolutely.
Like there's no, it's crazy that they're letting the brisket play pretty much till he gets hurt, and then it's Drake May's turn. Like
my whole
sucks to
thing
be
with
the
this
brisket, dude.
was I don't think they're throwing Drake May in there just because of what happened last year with Mac Jones. I think they've already tried the rookie quarterback thing. It didn't work out, and all they did was
That was
just
like
get
2 years
roasted
ago.
for it. 2 years ago.
Hopefully
What I'm
they
saying.
learn their lesson and they're gonna do right by Drake May.
And hopefully Jacoby Brissett doesn't die on the field.
Shout out to the brisket, baby. You got this.
And a new head coach over there, so OJ Mayo trying to live up to Belichick and Brady standards.
Yeah,
Will
he's from the
Levis really
Belichick
not.
coaching tree. He had been there for a long time under Belichick. He played under him too, I'm pretty sure. So I feel like everything that happened with Judon, I feel like they're kind of like this approaching the roster and everything the same way. Like he won a new contract, kind of caused an issue. The next day he's out of there. So
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen's back. There's a lot of turnover in the other parts of the roster, though. Stephon Diggs now. With
No
the
more
Texans,
Stephon Diggs.
He's out. Matt Milano, he was back this year. He got injured in the preseason. The safety prior, he's gone. So it's a lot of new faces, but you have Josh Allen. If you have a good quarterback, you stand a chance in the NFL.
Brought in Keon Coleman out of Florida State last year. He was a great wide receiver. I think he's going to be doing some awesome things.
Oh, man, Florida State could use him this year, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, man, dog shit. Terrible.
Who do you like in the AFC East? Who do you think takes this division?
The AFC East, I got to go with the Jets. Because if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, he's the best quarterback in that division. Miami can't win in cold weather. So later in the season, they're going to be struggling. Jets are in New York. Rodgers played in Green Bay. He knows cold weather. So I'm going to give the edge to the Jets if Rodgers stays healthy.
I like that. I like that pick. I'm going with the Jets, too, here. Aaron Rodgers, I think, finishes out the season. I think he has another MVP season. I think he's back.
Yeah, that's the key. Rodgers is healthy. They win the division. If he gets hurt, then I think it goes to Miami.
All right. How about the AFC North? Probably the toughest division across the NFL, you'd say?
They have a good division. I think they're very top-heavy, though.
Yeah.
I feel like the Ravens, unbelievable. Bengals are unbelievable. But you have a big drop-off once you get to Pittsburgh because they just don't have the quarterbacks for the offense.
My big thing is with Pittsburgh is they're always consistent. I mean, Mike Tomlin's
yeah, I mean they're still 500
Yeah.
without a quarterback. They're still 500. Like they're still a good team. You're right.
yeah.
Like,
Bengals have Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow.
Well,
They got
Jamar
Atkins.
Chase hasn't signed yet, which is still a big deal. He was at practice, but not in pads. And
That's true. The rumor over there is that he wants 1 penny more than CeeDee Lamb on his contract.
give it to him. Give him the money.
Absolutely, and they already paid T. Higgins, and I
No,
think
T.
they're-
Higgins got franchised.
That's what it was. He got
Yeah,
franchised,
so
yeah.
he's still up for a contract next year. But I mean, you gotta take Jamar Chase over Higgins. I think
Yeah.
you can pay the man.
Definitely pay him. Steelers going to be starting Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and with that though, I honestly want Justin Fields to play because if he plays over 50% of the snaps, the Bears' 6th-round pick goes to a 4th.
Oh, conditional.
So yeah, conditional. So I'm like, at the end of the day, like get him in there. I don't think Russell Wilson's going to last that long, and I just want Fields to play over 51% of the snaps and then get him out. But that's what I want this year out of the Steelers.
I think Najee Harris is going to have a year for them. I think he finally needs to prove that he's worth being that first-round pick
Yeah,
that he was picked.
right.
And, I think this is his opportunity.
Move
How about
on
the
to the Browns?
Browns? Deshaun Watson.
I mean, that's
taking
the
helm.
biggest question. It has been the biggest question for the last 4 years, or
Absolutely.
whenever since he's been traded from Texans. That's the biggest question every year.
No more massages. Nick Chubb is going to be on the IR for at least the first 4 weeks. So they're going to be starting Jerome Ford in their running back field.
Why is Nick Chubb out? Did he get hurt?
Yeah, he was
Oh.
squatting 500 pounds.
Shut up. That's how he
Before
got
the
hurt.
He ends up coming out hurt.
Jesus.
So I don't know who he's trying to prove squatting 500 pounds. He's already in the NFL. But yeah, he
Right.
got hurt himself. Who's your favorite?
My favorite for the division would probably have to be the Bengals. Depending on like if they sign Jamar Chase and if he plays this year, but I like Joe Burrow in the playoffs, and I just think he's a better quarterback when it comes to the primetime games and the playoff games than Lamar Jackson. So I got to give the edge to the Bengals. The Ravens have an unbelievable defense with Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton. Great defense, but I got to give it to the Bengals just because of Joe Burrow, I think.
So I'm going with the Ravens on this one. I think their addition of Derrick Henry is changing their offense completely. I think that
All right, yeah,
gives
Derrick
them a
Henry.
second running back. They not only have Lamar Jackson as an option to run the ball, now they also have Derrick Henry to run the ball, and I think that puts them over.
I mean,
the
it
top.
takes like 5 people to tackle Derrick Henry. So
Absolutely.
you got 5 people tackling him. Like, no one's guarding Lamar.
Lamar.
Yeah. Especially at the goal line.
Yeah.
Goal line's they're going to be unstoppable at the goal line.
I think Derrick Henry completely changes that offense. Over
Yeah.
there.
I like that move. I think it's going to be a good move for him, especially with John Harbaugh as the coach, the way he likes to run the ball, defense-oriented. I think that's great for them. Possession, football, let the clock
Let the
run.
clock run.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tick-tock, baby.
Count it down. All right. How about the AFC South? Houston Texans are the big one in this one. C.J. Stroud leads the offense. Studs like Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Robert Woods. Brought in key weapons Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon.
I think for me, the thing I want to see most out of the Texans is how, like, Stephon Diggs gels with C.J. Stroud and the other top receivers.
Yeah.
Because I felt like he was just a problem in Buffalo, but, like, the way he voiced his opinion, the way he acted on the sideline was an issue. And even Josh Allen came out this year and said, like, it sucks he's gone, but he's not really going to miss him.
Yeah.
So I really want to see how he interacts with a new team, different players around him. And if he doesn't get the ball, what's he going to do? Is he going to throw a fit again? Is he going to blow up on the sideline? So that I think that's the storyline this year for the Texans.
I like the Texans. I really like the Texans this year. I think they're going to be a very strong team. I'm looking for them 12-13 win team.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're fun to watch, too.
They are fun to
D'Amico
watch.
Ryan's great young coach.
Great defensive coach, great defensive mind. He has 4 All-Pro NFL defensive guys on that team, so I think they're going to be a tough team.
Yeah, what's that dude? Stingley from
Aaron
LSU.
Stingley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fun to watch. He's a
Also,
real good
Will
player.
Anderson Jr.
Oh yeah,
another
he's a
monster
stud
on
too,
the end.
linebacker from
Yeah.
Alabama.
So let's move on. Jacksonville Jaguars, South Miami, here, South Florida,
South Miami, baby.
South Florida. Trevor Lawrence led offense. See if the Clemson QB can finally prove he's worth all that money he got paid.
Yeah, I think he ended the season on a high note last year. They made the playoffs.
Jaguars brought in Tariq Armstead from the 49ers.
Oh yeah,
So,
he was a stud with
he's
them.
a stud with them. I feel
Yeah.
like he's going to be a stud with Jacksonville. Not always known.
I'm
for
trying
him.
to. Who are Jacksonville receivers? They got rid of Calvin Ridley. I can't remember who was replacing him.
Christian Kirk.
Who is your favorite for the NFC South this year?
I like the Texans. I don't think the Colts or the Titans are significant. I think the Jaguars are their only team to compete with. And I think.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I like the Texans too. I think C.J. Stroud for his second year player, and what he did after his rookie year, like unbelievable to see a quarterback do that.
Absolutely.
So hopefully he just keeps moving forward instead of taking a step back this year. But
Yeah,
same here, I
hopefully
think
no
the
sophomore slump. No sophomore slump. AFC West. All right, we'll start off with the Los Angeles Chargers, formerly San Diego Chargers for us here in San Diego.
The old home team.
The old home team. Harbaugh comes in, brings in his whole Michigan staff after they screwed over Michigan. Shout out Connor Stallions.
Still haven't seen a documentary. Heard it was great
Dude,
though.
real good to watch. Everybody gotta
So
watch
they
it.
cheat or what?
Oh, they definitely cheated.
He's a cheater. Michigan are cheaters.
The whole thing, one of the funniest parts of the thing is like they're trying to say if Connor Stallions was at that Central Michigan game.
He had to have been there.
The best part is like they ask him and he's all like, I do not recall if I was there. And they're like, what? You don't recall?
Shout out Maction.
And then they like go to a clip and they're asking Dave Portnoy, was he there? And he's like, oh yeah, he was definitely there. He told me. It's fucking hilarious.
He was there.
He was definitely.
He was definitely there.
But yeah, shout out Connor Stallions. Probably the best thing to come out of Michigan.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, Chargers, Harbaugh brings in his staff. Herbert with no receivers. They brought in Lad McConkey from Georgia. He's going to be their number one white right receiver.
Nailed that one.
I don't think they really have any other weapons. Offensively, they have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards as running back, so decent.
Yeah,
running backs.
I mean, I do like their draft though. They got Joe Alt from Notre Dame. Getting a lineman, love it for Herbert. It's Harbaugh's first year, so build with the offensive line, which is like his MO.
His MO.
Everywhere he's been at, he's had a great offensive line. And for people who don't know that, he was the coach at University of San Diego. So he's local to San Diego. He's walked these same streets we walk every day. So shout out Harbaugh.
Shout out Harbaugh. Shout out USD. Chargers are always going to have a good defense.
Yeah,
Talked
they
about
do always
earlier.
have good defensive players.
Yeah.
Like,
Got Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Denzel Perryman, Derwin James. All solid starters, all captains on the team. Number 1 team in the AFC West,
oh, here
the
we
Las
go.
Vegas Raiders. All right, like we mentioned before, led by AP, Gardner Minshew at quarterback, Zamir White, Brock Bowers, Devontae Adams, and Jacoby Myers, all looking to do good big things this season. Defense led by Max Crosby. He's the workhorse. He's the leader of the team and the soul of Las Vegas. Chiefs, Andy Reid.
Loves a good burger.
Loves a good burger.
Loves a good burger. Do you think he would like Rockies?
Oh, absolutely. Guy would
Right?
love Rockies.
How many Rockies burgers do you think Andy Reid would eat?
He'd crush him. He'd crush 8. He'd break the record.
8 burgers? 8
8
burgers, dude?
8
Andy
burgers.
Reid, 8 burgers.
8
Rockies.
burgers,
Let's
4
see it
pounds.
happen, baby.
Bring the guy to Rockies.
Bring him to Rockies. Let's go.
Holmes always going to be a monster. Kelsey always going to be one of the best tight ends in the league. And Isaiah Pacheco always going to be a workhorse runner.
Yeah. It's crazy that, like, I feel like they've only gotten better.
It's insane.
They won the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. Last year was the year they were supposed to not win the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. If there was a year they weren't, it was last,
last
year.
year.
They got Xavier Worthy in the draft. His top
Fastest
end
guy in
speed
the
is
draft.
unbelievable.
Dude's a monster.
We've already seen it once. Like
Yeah. He can beat them over the top now, and that's what something Mahomes did.
It's like
hasn't
bringing
had since
Tyreek Hill back.
Yeah.
like a younger, faster. Oh, I don't know if he's faster, but it's like having Tyreek Hill again, which just opens everything up for him.
Yeah. And I think they're going to be probably the top team in this division again. Finally, the last team is Sean Payton-led Broncos.
Sean Payton led Broncos. We do have a rookie starting in this division.
Bo
Bo
Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix from Oregon. So,
Oldest of all the rookies.
Yeah. He's definitely not a season vet, but he definitely has a lot of big games under his belt.
He's 26 years old, so he's already had some time under his
Yeah,
belt.
been there, done that. Which, like, you could tell in the preseason, like, I felt like he was ready for it. He wasn't shocked by anything, ready to go.
He scored on 7 of 8 his 8 offensive possessions. So
Yeah, which
that's
is
an
awesome.
Incredible stat.
And he
They're bringing-
won the starting position. Like,
Yeah.
he came there and he actually had to, like, it wasn't like Caleb Williams. We're like
Nope.
coming in, he was number 1 no matter what. Like, he came in and he beat everybody else for the starting position.
So my favorite to win this division, of course, I'd say the Raiders, but obviously it's going to be the Chiefs.
Say Raiders, dude. You gotta say Raiders. I'll say Chiefs.
You say
Chiefs.
Chiefs. All right. Favorite to win is
Let's
gotta
go,
be the Raiders. Let's
baby.
go, baby.
Favorite to win, Raiders. You heard it here first.
Let's go. Super Bowl of Vegas, baby.
Let's go.
NFC.
NFC, baby, the better conference. We're going to start off with the NFC East. We're going to start it with the Eagles.
Eagles always good. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, probably one of the best receiving cores in the NFL.
Other than the Bears.
They brought in Saquon Barkley. That's going to be a
That's
new dynamic
huge.
to their offense.
If he can stay healthy.
If he
Which
can
has
stay
always
healthy.
been the thing with him is injuries and whatnot.
Absolutely. And but I think Philadelphia's a good spot for him. Division rival, so he's going to play New York twice a year.
Yeah, and he's going to bring the heat. I guarantee he rushes for over 100 yards in those games.
Absolutely. Those
Heard
will
it
be
here
legacy
first, over
games.
100 yards rushing in both of those games.
And on the defensive side, they have one of my favorite defensive players, Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter, I thought he was going to be a Bear. When the Bears didn't draft and traded back, I was all pissed off. I felt like that was the only mistake Poles has made, but I don't know if it's really a mistake now because Wright's a starter.
Yeah.
Everything else has panned out. So, I mean, I think Poles made a good move there.
Yeah. All right, Dallas Cowboys. Jerry's World.
Cherry's World. CeeDee Lamb is signed, so he's back with the team. He will be playing this year, which is
Nice.
great for them. They need him. One of the best receivers in the league. I think as of right now, he's the top earning receiver in the league after
He
his
is.
contract.
Absolutely. I had a couple fantasy drafts, and he was number 1 wide receiver off the board in 3 of my drafts. Brought in Zeke Elliott back.
I can't believe they brought Zeke back.
He looks to be RB1 over there, so looking for him to
The
run
fact
the
that he's
ball.
about to be RB1 again is insane. But hey, maybe he'll surprise some people. AP
Absolutely.
played till he was real.
Dak Prescott last year under his contract. Will they re-sign him? Will he be somewhere else next year? Some people are saying the Raiders. Some people are saying.
Oh damn! Bringing the Raiders up for Dak.
That's what they were saying. I mean, some of the shows I
So
watched,
the
they
people,
have 'em.
dude?
That's what they're saying. Micah Parsons led defense,
He's best defensive player in the league, probably, if not top 5 for sure, hands down.
and he's also due for a contract. So I think they need to decide if they're going to pay Prescott or if they're going to pay Parsons.
Yeah, so this year's huge for both of them, really.
I think it's a
I
make
thi-
it or break year.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger year for Dak though than
Then Micah.
than Micah.
I think Dak's playing for his career. I mean, Micah, I think,
Yeah.
gets a contract regardless.
Regardless, yeah, because he's younger. He hasn't been around as much, and his numbers don't lie.
No, he's more successful. That's basically what
Yeah.
it is. A guy runs the defense. Washington's got a brand new rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels. One of the quarterbacks I was wishing the Raiders would have drafted, but things just didn't work out.
Yeah, out of LSU, he looked good this preseason. Had a couple long drives, some great passes, scored a rushing touchdown. So yeah, it was good to see him.
Austin Eckler at running back, Terry McLaurin at wide receiver. I think they need a few more pieces before they can really be successful, but I think they're going to be an electric team in the NFL.
Yeah, they've been so bad for like so many years. I feel like they might finally turn the corner if Jaden Daniels can live up to the expectations and the hype.
New York Giants, probably the laughing stock of the NFL right now.
Oh, what a disaster they got going on over there.
No Saquon.
No Saquon, he's gone. Daniel Jones coming back from injury. We'll see how he plays, though. They got Malik Neighbors from LSU.
But can they get on the ball is the question.
Yeah. Can they give Daniel Jones time? Can he be accurate enough? Is he going to be running for his life?
New York Giants
That's the
defense
big
is probably
question.
what kept them in games most of the time. They got guys like Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, Adoree Jackson, all pro NFL players.
Yeah, their defense was solid last year.
Who do you like for this division?
This division, I got to go with the Eagles again. I think
agree.
Jalen Hurts is going to have a comeback year compared to last year. I think the Eagles fell apart last year. I don't anticipate them falling apart that hard again.
Yeah, hopefully a little better coaching. Hopefully
Hopefully Big Dom's still on the sidelines. Once they lost Big Dom, they lost the season.
They did, absolutely.
So
Big Dom, big piece
Big
of their
Dom's
season
back,
last
so
year.
they should be good to go this year.
NFC North, the Bears division.
NFC North, baby. I'll take this one.
Yeah, lead it
I
off.
think the Bears are going to be kings of the North again. Let's start it off with them.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, rookie quarterback. He was handed the keys. Preseason was unbelievable. No turnovers. Chicago's hyped. Real hyped. It's his first home game they're playing in Chicago. Like, you can't write the script any better. Has a home game. Bears have the new offensive coordinator, too, so that'll be good to see. We got Keenan Allen, Romo Dunze. We also added DeAndre Swift, so the offense should be awesome. Their defense is back. They added Booker in the draft. And Owens from Green Bay, he can hit. I think the defense might be the talk of the town this year over the offense, even with Caleb Williams.
Nice.
After the Bears, we got the Vikings. In the preseason, we all thought J.J. McCarthy was going to get the starting job, but unfortunately, the NFL's fucking cruel, dude. You think he's got the starting job? He's out for this season, so it's Sam Darnold's year. I don't really like what I see out of Sam Darnold, so I don't think they're going to be as good this year.
I think so. I think the Vikings still got weapons, though. They got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Aaron Jones, former Green Bay running back. So I think they're still going to be.
Yeah, it literally depends on Sam Darnold. Like, that's why everybody was so hyped, because J.J. McCarthy could get the ball to the weapons. It looked like you saw Justin Jefferson's on the sideline after he threw some of those passes. So.
And one thing with the Vikings is they've always had a top 5 run defense across every single year. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real good run defense. And I think that's going to be one of their keys to keeping them in games.
Oh, definitely.
Especially with all these high-powered running backs in the division.
So we got Green Bay. Jordan Love's back. The receiving core should be better, healthy. I felt like they had injuries last year. I do think Jordan Love's a pretty good quarterback. I hate to say it, like if they get 3 good quarterbacks in a row. But at the same time, he only really has 1 year under his belt. So this year could be like he might have like his sophomore slump, or he might regress this year. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays this year.
Detroit Lions.
I mean, it was their division last year. They were unbelievable. What, they win 13 games.
Yep, jack it off.
Jack it off, let him all the way. And, like, where he came from, like, they traded him away in L.A., and he was able to take him to the NFC Championship game. And I lived in Michigan for the couple of years where they were, like, 0-16, and to see him actually make it to the NFC Championship was, like, it was pretty impressive. The coach they have is a great coach, is able to turn it around, but after every big win, he cries.
Right.
Like,
Loves to
he's
cry.
a big
He's a
crybaby. Over under, how many times Dan Quinn's cried this year? We got to set the bar at what, 5?
I'd say 7.
7?
I'd say over under
Over.
7.5.
Over 7. Over 7 times he's crying this year. And if they win the Super Bowl, he'll probably cry for a month straight.
He's definitely a big crier.
Yeah, big crier.
Who's your favorite to win this division?
My favorite's got to be the Bears. We're back, baby. Or at least I hope we are. But I think this is the most hope we've had any year to win the division. So, got to go with the Bears. How about you?
For me, it's got to be the Lions. Until someone beats the Lions, I think they took control of this division last year. And I think until someone takes it from them, I think they're the most balanced team that we've seen so far. I think the Bears are the second most balanced team. We haven't seen them on the field yet.
Moving on to the NFC South.
Probably the worst division across the NFL.
Yeah, and it has been for years. Since Drew Brees left, pretty much.
Yeah. It started off with Atlanta. New head coach, new QB. Do have athletes on offense. Kirk Cousins comes in coming off that torn Achilles. Bijan Robinson, a monster. Drake London, Kyle Pitts. And the new addition of Matt Judon on defense.
Yeah. I mean, biggest story, Kirk Cousins, how he comes back from Achilles. If he doesn't come back and he doesn't play well, do they put Penix in?
I think we see Penix before this season's over, don't you?
So, I mean, there's a good chance he gets hurt again, too.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he gets hurt. Carolina, we talked a little bit about before. Very young team.
Very young team. Bryce Young, he was the number 1 pick. The Bears fleeced Carolina for all their draft picks. So, Bryce Young's the story. Will he have protection, enough time to get the ball out? And they have Thielen as a receiver, but who else do they really have as a weapon
Xavier
down
Leggett
there?
was the rookie that they brought in. Great interviewer. Real deep
Yeah.
voice.
Great interview. From the South.
Oh, yeah. New Orleans. Derek Carr, DC.
Oh, your boy Derek Carr, dude. He's going to be crying with Dan Quinn this year.
Oh, yeah. He's a crier as well. Stud running back in Alvin Kamara. Stud wide receivers, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. Shout out San Ysidro High and Mount Carmel. Those 2 guys are San Diego guys.
Oh, damn. Both of them are San
Both
Diego?
of them are San Diego
nice.
guys.
Hell
Both of
yeah.
them playing on the same field, same team, which is pretty amazing.
Right.
Always good on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think I can remember a New Orleans Saints team that's been
Yeah,
bad
their
on the
D-line's
defensive
always
side.
good. They always have good defensive backs.
Yeah.
A good linebacker in the mix, too.
Buccaneers, Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers. We got Baker Mayfield. He's a great team player. He's good for any team, I feel like, and we saw it last year. He really brought the team together, made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I like you said, he's a rally guy. He definitely gets a team
big rally
behind him.
guy.
Definitely knows how to get a team behind him, and with big heads like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I think he's a player to kind of mesh them all together.
I love Mike Evans down there. He's been awesome for how many years?
Absolutely. So many different coordinators, so many different teams.
Coordinators, and he's just been so good for so long.
And
love to see it.
Yeah, always crushes fantasy. He's definitely a fantasy crusher. Who do you like to win this division?
I'm going to have to go with Atlanta.
NFC West, last division. San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy leading Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, just signed Ayuk, George Kittle at the tight end. I think this team is stacked.
They're stacked, and they signed Ayuk. They're unbelievable. Yeah. Shanahan's great at calling offenses. The only thing right now is Trent Williams is still unsigned at this point.
Ooh, offensive line.
Yeah, not offense,
Offensive tackle.
best
The
offensive line.
Offensive side, Nick Bosa is always going to be a stud
Joey
over there.
Bosa's brother.
Seattle, no more Pete Carroll.
And the Bears have Seattle's old offensive coordinator, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Geno Smith handles a new coordinator and how he plays under a new coordinator.
Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, is he healthy?
I think he's healthy. I think he has Marvin Harrison this year, which is huge. Marvin Harrison, the top not top. Well, he was a top wide receiver taken in the
Yep.
draft. Obviously, everybody knows his dad played with the Colts, has a Super Bowl. I think with him there, he's definitely going to help Kyler Murray. If they can give him some time and Marvin Harrison Jr. can get open, I think they're going to be better. But we'll just have to see what
They
happens.
got James Conner at running back, so I think they got a guy that can take the load off of Kyler. Los Angeles Rams, Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford, I've always liked Matt Stafford. Even when he was with the Lions, he's a tough son of a bitch. He's fun to watch.
Also, they got great receivers, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
They were a little injury prone last year, so it'll definitely be good to see if they can stay healthy for the year.
Brought in Blake Corum.
He was great with Michigan. I think it will translate to the NFL, so it'll be good to see him. Sean McVay, a great offensive coach. He'll get him in the right positions, right spots. He'll get him open in the receiving game, and he'll have some good runs for him planned out, I'm sure.
So who's your favorite? Who do you think takes this division?
49ers, obviously. I think they got to take it. It'll be what, third year in a row or fourth year in a row that they win the division.
Yeah, so I agree. I mean, I think they're the most complete team. Their offense looks pretty powerful. I don't think anybody can really stop them on the offensive side. And defensively, Bosa's one of the best defensive players in the league, and they're always tough.
We went through all the divisions. We picked our winners. NFC, AFC conference champions. Let's start off with the AFC. Who do you picking for the AFC this year?
For the AFC, it's got to be the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm also going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. They've done it 2 years in a row. We'll see if it's a third.
Will they
Definitely
be the
picking
first team to
Chiefs.
three-peat? How about your Super Bowl prediction? Who do you think?
Definitely going with the Chiefs again. I think they're going to three-peat it. I think they're going to come back and win it again.
I agree. We said most complete all-around team. I think the team in the AFC that really has a chance to really stick it up to them is going to be Houston. I'm looking forward to Houston, Kansas City, AFC.
All right. So if I were betting with my hard-earned money and my heart, which I did, to win the NFC Championship, I am going to pick the Bears.
Okay.
And to win the Super Bowl, I am also going to pick the Bears. I'm going to show the clips of my FanDuel bets for
What
this
are those?
year.
What are those numbers looking at? What are those,
I know the odds for the Super Bowl are like plus 3,500.
Wow.
So after the preseason,
Big value bet. Big
I
value
feel
bet.
better about it after the preseason, though, than I did before the preseason. It was a complete joke. It's still a joke, but I don't think it's a complete joke anymore.
Hey, anything's possible in this day's NFL.
So, yeah, Bears, 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 Bears. That's my prediction.
College football week 1 review. Bunch of cupcake games. I think I was reading we saw 31 favorites go up and only one of them lost.
There were a
Virginia
lot
Tech.
of bad games. I think we saw like 5 to 10 like good games, fun to watch games. Thursday, probably the best game was Colorado versus North Dakota State. We call North Dakota State plus 10.
What a call.
Let's go.
Travis Hunter definitely looks like the best
my God,
athlete
he
in
went
college
off,
football.
dude.
Absolutely.
He's top 5, top 3. What are we thinking? Top 2?
I think he's top 2. And
Yeah.
some of the things that I've been seeing is Coach Sanders saying that he thinks his sons are going to be picks 1 through 4, and he doesn't even mention Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter is the one that's going to be going number 1
Yeah.
and 2. His sons are even in that conversation right now.
Shador might be up. Valued as quarterbacks are.
But would he go ahead of Travis Hunter?
I don't know if he'll go ahead of Travis Hunter, but I think the only position that would go ahead of Travis Hunter is a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
But other than that, like Travis Hunter's the guy. He's like
He's
the
the
top
guy.
receiver, top
He's
cornerback
doing
in
it
the
on
draft.
offense. He's doing it on defense. What more can you ask from the guy? Thursday game, University of Minnesota. University of Minnesota missed a game-winning field goal.
Game-winning field goal, wide fucking right. The boat fucking sank.
PJ Fleck
Boat fucking sank on us.
hit
Unbelievable.
the iceberg.
We would have been 2 for 2 on that day, but the goddamn boat sank, so we missed that one.
Friday saw another PM slate of games. Western Michigan playing
Yeah,
against Wisconsin.
honestly, I watched the whole game, which going into it, I thought I'd watch maybe a quarter or two. Western was in it the entire game till the third quarter. There was a muffed punt, or the punt hit off one of the Western players, so 40-yard punt, Wisconsin recovered it on like the 20-yard line. That was like the turning point in the game, but we were right in it. I was impressed with what I saw, and I'm excited to see what they do in the MAC.
They're going to play another tough game this weekend. I think they're playing up
Play
at
Ohio
State.
State this week at Ohio State.
Another
number
tough
two,
matchup.
number 2 team in the country. They're like 34-point underdogs.
For Saturday, we saw our first full slate of college football games from 9 a.m. all the way until 9 p.m. Pretty
That was
awesome
awesome to
watch.
have games all day again.
Clemson and Georgia, great game.
That was the biggest game I wanted to see, I feel like, and the first half was unbelievable.
First half was unbelievable. Then Clemson just ended up.
Yeah, I mean, Clemson
falling
couldn't
apart.
even play in the first half, but second half was a different story.
Georgia took control.
Yeah, they didn't look like they belonged on the same field in the second half.
Nah, looks like Dabo.
Yeah, he's out. Looks like you're dabbing a Graham dab, so let's go.
We got plenty of Grams.
Yeah.
Florida, Miami, great game. I think Miami is going to be a tough team to beat this year.
Yeah,
And,
Miami looked awesome.
Florida looks like they're pretenders.
Yeah, Cam Ward, how good did he look at
Great
quarterback? I
quarterback.
think he's going to be he's going to be a first rounder for
Absolutely.
sure. One of the top quarterbacks in the draft, I feel like.
Notre Dame against Texas.
Wait,
A&M.
did you see that clip after the Florida game? It was a Florida home game, and the Miami players are coming off the field, and the Florida recruits, the kids visiting for the weekend on the official visit, are on the sideline. You know they're treating them good.
Oh, yeah.
Front row, everything.
row.
Here come the Miami dudes. Like, we own Florida. You better come to Florida. I thought that was an unbelievable video. And talk
That was
about, like,
hilarious.
recruiting. How good a recruiting is that?
Absolutely.
Like, if you're on the sideline and you saw what just went down, like, and
think
you're on the fence, what are you going to do?
You think any of those players flip commitments after
Like,
that?
we're going to have to look and see, but there had to have been players that flip after that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you go to Florida after seeing that shit
Yeah,
happen
that's nothing
at
you don't wanna
Florida's
see.
home field? Like,
in the swamp.
yeah, that was probably the best thing I saw all weekend was that going down after the game.
San Diego State played on Saturday night as well. Very impressive showing. Tough start at the first half.
Damn, I was nervous, dude.
6-3. It looked like
Oh
we were
my
looking at the
gosh,
old San Diego
dude.
State game. But in that second half, quarterback went off.
Dude, I was
Kid
so
was
scared.
throwing bombs.
I was so scared.
And our defense stepped up, which was also awesome to see.
How nervous were you going into halftime?
Oh, I absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
I was talking about leaving at halftime just because it was so boring. But I'm glad. I'm definitely glad.
It was
we did.
terrible.
It was.
It was just bad football in the
bad
first
football.
But
we
new
couldn't
coach,
score,
new quarterback.
and I think he just needed to get the jitters out. Because,
That's what I'm saying. And it's the first time playing another team.
Yeah.
They hadn't played another opponent with a new coach, new offense, and like you said, get it all out. Second half looked way better.
The other thing was the kid's a true freshman, so he's young. His first time playing in front of that many people, I think. So
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
something to think about. Big matchup this week against Oregon State, so that's going to be a
Home
tough
game for
but
San Diego State,
absolutely.
right?
We'll be on spot once again. Sparking Up Sports, coming to you live. Sunday we had football also. USC and LSU. I think this was the best game of the weekend.
Yeah, game of the week. I feel like it was game of the week. Had to be.
Absolutely, electric match from start to finish.
And USC showed up. I was
absolutely.
nervous they wouldn't show up. They lost Caleb Williams, a couple other players. So
But that young quarterback Miller Moss,
he looked really
looks
good.
really good.
Some of the receivers had some unbelievable catches in that game.
Oh yeah, making catches behind their back, one-handed catches. It was sick.
Yeah.
LSU unable to keep their composure late in the game. Too many penalties. Got a late targeting penalty, and that probably cost them the game.
Man,
right there.
those targeting penalties.
It's hard to lose your players for a game, lose them for the next first half of the next game, and
Yeah.
especially
Honestly, I feel like the NCAA has to do something about that. I feel like that's too harsh of a penalty. To lose a player for that game and the next one,
next game.
that's too harsh of a penalty.
when you were playing, was there a targeting call?
No.
That came later.
I mean,
right?
there
Yeah.
might have been targeting or like a personal foul
Yeah.
they would call, but there
But
was
no reviewing. For
maybe towards
targeting.
the end of my career, but not like it is now.
Yeah.
Maybe like get him out for the game, but to miss the whole next game, maybe I think like give him a quarter. If it's super severe, give him a half.
Yeah.
But if you're missing like a game in 3 quarters, that's too much fucking time.
lot of time.
Because it's football. You're just playing football at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That shit's gonna happen.
And it's finally Labor Day game. Florida State against Boston College. Should have been a bloodbath. Boston College ends up getting the win.
Man,
Florida State.
huge win for Boston College.
Florida State, they're pretenders.
Pretenders.
They came into this weekend ranked number 10 in the nation, and they do not look like a top 10
What
team
a
at all.
disaster it is in Tallahassee right
Yeah.
now. They went from what they thought was a national championship year where they should have been in the playoffs. They didn't get to the playoffs. Half the team didn't play in the bowl games. They got smashed in the bowl game.
Right now, all they're doing is proving all those people right last year that they made the right decision in picking Alabama over Florida State. So we're going to be introducing to you guys our Spark It Up Sports Top 25. We'll give you an updated Top 25, starting off with Georgia at number 1, Ohio State at number 2, Texas 3,
Not much movement at the very top.
Big key here is Florida State dropping all the
Yeah,
way.
out of the top 25, right?
I think so. I think
0-2. There's too many undefeated teams still. They got to be out of the top 25.
only team to lose on 2 continents right now.
Damn, sucks to suck.
This new edition of a 12-team playoff.
So we got the 12-team playoff this year. So each week we're going to do our 12-team playoff prediction. So as of right now, our 12 teams are the top 4: Georgia, Ohio State, Miami, and Utah. And if you remember, the top 4 in the college football playoffs have the bye the first round. So those are the 4 teams that are going to have the bye. They're also going to be their conference champions.
Okay.
And the highest ranked out of their conference. So that's going to round out the top 4. 5 through 12 are then seeded, and they're going to play each other in the first round, with the higher seeds having the home game. Our 5 through 12 are Texas, Michigan, Oregon, Tennessee, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, Penn State, and San Diego State.
SDSU, baby.
Roll State, baby. And San Diego State has a huge game this week. If they beat Oregon State, that just propels them even higher in the...
All those Notre Dame fans.
They're going to
looking at
have...
their
Yeah.
team at number 10. You're looking at yourself on the brink of even making it in.
They had a nice road win, but at the end of the day, are they pretenders or are they for real? So that's why I have them 10 right now. Well, you're going to need a couple more big wins out of them to see if they're actually for real this year.
Matchup coming this week between Texas and Michigan.
That has a lot of implications in the top 25 and the playoffs.
That'll come down for resumes down towards the end of the season. So let's give a little college football week 2 preview. Lots of games this week. Friday's best game of the day is probably Duke versus Northwestern. Nothing special, but at least we got a game on.
We got a game. They're both Power 5 conferences. It's going to be Big Ten versus ACC. It is at Northwestern, so it's going to be awesome to see that field they got going on.
Oh, that's the field on the lake,
the
right?
field on the lakefront. It seats
Looks
like
awesome.
maybe 10,000 people, I
Well,
think.
it looks amazing.
Time of year is going to be dope. It's going to be beautiful weather. There might be some strong winds, though, so that's something they're going to have to contend with.
that'd
But
be cool.
when they play in November and if they get like a below freezing game with them gusts in the windy city off the lake, not going to be good at Northwestern.
No. Saturday, full
gonna be
slate. Texas versus Michigan. Texas minus 6.5. I think they work Michigan. I don't think Michigan's the same team they were last year, so I think that's an easy.
Yeah,
game.
my boy Arch had a touchdown pass last week, so we'll
2
see if he
touchdowns.
could.
He had
2?
a pass and a rushing.
All right, my boy Arch had 2 touchdowns last week, a passing and a rushing.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he comes out with this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets on the field this week. Sorry, Quinn. Quinn had an unreal no-look pass. Did you see that no-look
That was
pass he
sick.
had?
That
Holy
was sick.
shit.
And I think Quinn Ewers is a great quarterback. I think he's going to
I
be
never
one.
said he was a great quarterback. Get Arch out there, though.
Baylor versus Utah. Baylor plus 15. I think that's a lot of points, and I think Baylor actually covers that.
You think Baylor covers? I do like Utah to win this, though. They're in my top 4, so I think they're definitely going to win it at home.
Nice. Iowa versus Iowa State.
Battle of the cornfields, baby. I
Iowa.
gotta take Iowa in this one. Big Ten, gotta go with Iowa.
Minus 2.5. I think the Hawkeyes got that one.
What's the over/under? 12.
Look for a lot of punts.
A lot of punts, a lot of corn. That's the Iowa State rivalry, baby.
Colorado versus Nebraska. Probably my most excited college football game of the weekend, aside from Texas, Michigan. I think Nebraska works Colorado.
Yeah, I think they're gonna smoke it. Great thing about Nebraska is that quarterback they have, Mini Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
looks just like him. Do you
Got
see
the
what he
same
looks like
haircut,
coming
yep.
out of the bus? Same,
Oh, yeah.
has the same haircut.
Dylan Riola is his name.
Yeah, his dad played for the Lions, played center for years. Great player.
Nebraska minus 7. I think they cover that one.
Yeah, I love that. And I still can't get over a little mini Mahomie, dude. Like, Mini Mahomie running around on the field, dropping dimes, looking just like him. Like Mahomes 12 years ago, Mini Mahomie.
Boise State versus Oregon. One of the things we saw this weekend was running back from Boise State had an unbelievable
Oh, he
game,
went
rushing
off.
for 200 of rushing for over 200 yards. I think Boise State actually covers the 18.5 points against Oregon in this one.
I like Boise State plus 18.5. They're a good team, and they looked great last week.
Oregon State versus SDSU. SDSU plus 3.5.
This has to
Ball
be the
State.
biggest game for SDSU this year.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
As we know, no longer a Pac-12 with no only 2 teams, Oregon State and Washington State, and they are both on SDSU's schedule this year.
It's a home game for SDSU, so I expect Snapdragon to be sold out this week.
Oh, I'm
There's going to be a
hoping.
big crowd there, I'm sure.
Oregon State does travel well. They do have a big alumni foundation.
Yeah,
so,
and who doesn't want to come to San Diego for a weekend?
So they're definitely coming down from making the trip from Corvallis.
So all you State fans, make sure you're making it out this week and roll State, baby.
Absolutely. Tailgate it hard, 7 p.m. kickoff. Make sure everybody's there. Spark It Up Sports will be on site. If you see us, shout it out.
Spark it up.
Spark it up. Western Michigan against Ohio State.
Big game, a number 2 team in the country, back-to-back Big Ten. Hopefully, we cover the
38.5
38
points. That's a lot of points.
Hopefully cover the 30.5 points. Yeah, I think we're going to cover that. Once you get up by 28, you kind of take the brakes off. So hopefully,
My thing
we'll
with
be
this
all right.
game is if Western Michigan can make it a game in the first half like they did last week, then I think it.
yeah, they
it
just
ends
got to
up being
keep
a
it
good
close at the beginning, and they'll definitely cover that spread.
Close out this episode. We got our NFL Week 1 preview.
Those are our biggest games of the week. Primetime games, the games everybody's going to be watching.
Chiefs Ravens Thursday night. I think this is going to be awesome. It's a
Oh
great
my
way
gosh,
to start the
first
season.
game of the year, like Chiefs, Ravens, Mahomes, Lamar, top 2 quarterbacks in the league. Does it get any better?
No, absolutely not. And 2 good defenses as well. So 2 good offenses, 2 good
It's
defenses.
going to be unbelievable to see. I
Kansas-
can't wait to see what Xavier Worthy brings to this offense and what Derrick Henry brings to the Ravens offense as
Absolutely.
well.
My pick, Kansas City minus 3.
Kansas City
thinking?
minus 3. I like that pick. I would also take Kansas City minus 3.
Friday game coming
Friday
from
night
Brazil.
from Brazil. Don't wear green.
Don't wear green.
Not allowed.
2 green NFL teams playing in a non-green stadium.
Don't wear green.
Packers always looking good. Jordan Love facing off against Jalen Hurts. Saquon Barkley.
It's going to be awesome to see him with his new team in Philly. It's weird seeing an NFL game on a Friday. I don't know. Honestly, I could probably count on 2 hands how many NFL games I've seen on a Friday.
I think it's 2.
Right,
I
like-
think we had that Black Friday game last year.
Yeah,
I think this is the
this
second
Friday,
one.
and then another Black Friday. We're in rare territory. I'd love
Absolutely.
to see it, though. You give me Thursday, Friday,
Saturday,
Monday
Monday.
game. Saturday, we got like college football. That's 5 days in a row of great football. Like, let's fucking go. We're there.
No, we're there.
That's what we've been
That's
waiting
what we've been
for.
waiting for.
Like, I'm fucking
Football's
stoked.
back. So our betting for that game, Philadelphia minus 3.
Sorry about the rant. I'm fired up, baby. We're there. Football.
Football is here.
Come on.
Pick for the game, Philadelphia minus 3, I think.
I'm going to have to go with, I hate to say, nah, yeah, Philly minus 3. I'm going Philly minus 3. Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the
They're on the
Packers.
road. I think it's a tough game for them.
Who we got up next? Titans, Bears. The spread's minus 4.5 now, actually.
Okay.
Bears at home. I got to take the Bears minus 4.5. I think the offense is going to show up. I think Caleb Williams is going to show up. And the defense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game for the Titans, high-scoring game for the Bears.
Absolutely. I think this is actually a game where you take an alternate spread. I think Chicago minus 5, minus 6, because I think they win by more than 7.
Yeah, at a point to a point and a half.
Absolutely. Make some money on that one. Chargers versus Raiders. Raiders plus 3. I think that's the money pick. Take the
Raiders
Raider
at
money.
home.
Absolutely. Raiders playing in Los Angeles.
Oh, in L.A.
In LA. I'll be at that game, so another Spark It Up Sports on site.
If you see him, spark it up,
Spark
baby.
it up. Jaguars, Dolphins. I think that's going to be a good game this weekend. Miami minus 3.5.
Yeah, see how Trevor Lawrence looks and if Miami can pick it up after what happened in the postseason last year.
Absolutely. They definitely fell apart. And let's see if Tua can hold it all together.
And then Monday night, rounding out the first week of football, who we got?
Jets, 49ers. Another great game. Aaron Rodgers.
Right,
the return of
49ers, who
Aaron-
we think are going to make it to the Super Bowl.
The return of
first.
Aaron Rodgers. Can he stay healthy? Can
Can
he
he
put it all
play
together?
more than one series?
Or will he run out onto that field and right back onto the locker room?
Yeah. Honestly, I hope he stays healthy all year. NFL's better when he's playing. He's a great quarterback in New York, too. It'd be good to see New York give a fighting chance.
Absolutely. And I think that's going to be a great game. That's basically all we got this week.
Yeah,
this
we're
week's
signing
episode.
off, but football's back. Couldn't be more pumped. Next week, we're going to have our week 1
Review.
NFL review.
We're going to talk over all those college football games.
College
we
football
mentioned.
games. We're going to have a week 2 NFL preview.
Let you know who we like, who we don't. That's all we really got for you guys. So go ahead and subscribe, like, follow. Check us out on Instagram,
tell your
Twitter,
friends.
TikTok. Hit us in the comments. We like commenting back.
Yeah,
So,
who's your team? Who are your division winners? Who you think's going to win the Super Bowl, the championships?
who's in your top 25 in CFB? And,
Yeah, are the Bears going to go over 8.5 wins? Yes.
also who's your CFB playoff picture? Who do you guys think's in?
Yeah.
Who do you guys think's out?
What, Notre Dame 10? Who do you think? They should be ranked higher?
But we're signing off. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Hell yeah, go Bears.
Go Raiders.